Hi Year 6, welcome to Thursday the 11th of June 2020. Today we're going to be looking at selecting appropriate evidence from the text to support our answers. So today we are going to do another lesson on comprehension. Remember what I said, we need to get through as much of the story as we can this week. Hopefully we will be finishing it today, and that you will get through the book, get the questions done, and that we are all finished with reading so that we can begin our longer writing task. So today we're going to do another day of comprehension, but before we begin, please go ahead and read those chapters 37 to 46 to see what happens to Michael's baby sister, to Skellig, to Michael and Mina, and how the story ends. Okay, I look forward to seeing you in a second. Okay, so these are the first set of questions that you are going to do for the story. So these are for chapters, I should have written up there, sorry, is for chapters 37 to 41. So please only refer to those chapters for these questions. Number 5 is a summary question, so that one, see if you can do that one quite easily, and the others are actually quite easy. It's just about your understanding of the story. I hope you enjoyed reading the end of that story, and I really would look forward to hearing from you about what you thought. So pause the video here while you have a good go at those questions, please. Okay, so let's go through and find out the answers to these questions. So number 1, find and copy a group of words that show that night was moving slowly for Michael. So he described the night as being endless and as if all time was stuck. Okay. Number 2, how can you tell that Michael was panicking about his sister? Because he has a panic attack. He had a panic attack when he thinks about how he can't hear her heart anymore. Do you remember they were in Mina's grandfather's house, and they were looking for Skellig, and then Michael started panicking, and then he was just lying on the floor just really stressed out because he felt like he thought his sister had died. Number 3, Michael thinks of Persephone. What is the purpose of this paragraph? Because he sees the goddess as someone who fought against everything to emerge into the sunlight, and he thinks that his sister probably has that same determination and motivation too. Michael thinks that the baby is dead. How is he convinced that this is true? So he thinks it's true because he can't feel the baby's heartbeat inside him anymore. Number 5, this one's up to you to summarise the chapter into one sentence. Number 6, what impression do you think would Miss Dando have of Mina after the conversation? So I think she'll probably think Mina's very strong-minded, very stubborn, very intelligent girl, but maybe a little bit rude. Number 7, Dad says it's over, son. What effect does this have on the reader? So we might think that it's bad news when Dad says it's over. Does he mean her life is over, or does he just talk about the operation? So it's kind of to get the reader thinking, oh God, I hope something bad hasn't happened. And number 8, find a word or phrase that shows the baby battled to survive. She burst into life again. Okay, so we'll pause here and please go through and correct your work. Right, the next set of questions are for chapters 41 to 46. Again, please go through and do your best in answering these questions in full sentences, and make sure you're reading the text because all of these answers are found in the text. So pause the video here and then we'll go through the answers shortly. Okay, so number one, Skellig sighed with contentment. What does this tell us? Well, it tells us that Skellig was finally happy. He was content. He was safe. He fed well. He could fly again. He was free, and he was really, really happy. The writer shows that Skellig's attitude towards Michael and Mina has changed over time. So this is shown by the way he says things. So he says, he calls them angels. Sorry, excuse the spelling there. He calls them angels and says thank you for all they've done for him. And he's like very sweet and caring. He leaves feathers for them. He looks after Michael's sister. So it's actually very, very sweet the way he's trying to repay their kindness. Number 3, Mum knew it was going to be all right. What happened that gave her such confidence? Because she had a dream about, well, she didn't know it was Skellig, but she had a dream that Skellig came to the hospital to help the baby, and I think that's truly what happened as well. Number 4, how can you tell that Michael's dad isn't upset at the garage having to be knocked down? Because Dad laughed when the builder said he had to knock it down. He wasn't very, it wasn't like he was unhappy about it. Number 5, will Michael ever tell his parents about Skellig? I don't think he ever will. I think Mum thinks there's something possible that might have some truth to it, especially when Mina drew the picture of Skellig and gave it to Mum. So she probably thinks there's something there, but she doesn't really want to probe too much. And I think that Michael enjoys having a secret with Mina, and something that like merges their friendship or joins it and makes it stronger. Number 6, what did Michael do to make sure that the baby would dream well? He put a feather under her pillow. And the last question, probably the most important one, is I want to know your opinion of the story and why. So if you like the story, tell me why. If you didn't like the story, tell me why. But I really, really would love to know what you thought of it. I thought it was brilliant. I absolutely love the story. Okay, so don't forget to email us your work. And remember, I will be giving out class charts, points, and certificates for those children that are doing really well. Please email us at year6@grange.harrow.sch.uk, and from tomorrow we will be looking at doing some longer writing preparation, which I'm really looking forward to. Okay, I will speak to you tomorrow.